Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in and check out your boy, P Funk, thinking right out here in the lab. Well, I do what I do for you. I got a nice lesson for you today. Just got my new book. I'm like a kid in the candy store. I just can't wait to give you some of the stuff I'm learning out of here. So let's get this party started. Rightisms, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. This message is a story for life. I give life lessons. You tune to receive them. We got a good thing going. Let's rock. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is to get all right thinkers who profess to be right thinkers to information for their have definition and answer for themselves if ever asked, do you know you? Yeah, I know who I am. I know thyself. That's the goal for all right thinkers. Let me help you with that. Let's go. And I ask the question, do you know you? If not, it's rhetorical. But if you have a problem with that, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. Let's go. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Somebody who knows not. It's a person who knows they know not. It's simple. You can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got you. A person who knows not and believes and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. That's okay. I can waken them up. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinking, know thyself. And to my yacht, be true. This book is about becoming priests or priestess. And it's to tell you how they should conduct themselves or how they learn what they need to know. So just right thinkers, let's talk about duties of the service of God. I'm talking about servants. Watch this. It's Akhut, Akhut. It means wise men and wise men, excuse me, wise men and wise women are enlightened people. I got a picture right here. Two men, lady and woman sitting down, chilling. A normal couple. Okay. But let's talk about the duties of God's servants, be it male or female. They show you this male and female, priest and priestess. Okay. No discrimination, no discrepancy about men and women. Nope, same thing. This is the picture from an Egyptian man and woman on the tomb of papyrus from the 18th dynasty, displaying the naturalistic style as people really appeared in ancient times. This is what they did, how they looked like during their time. Okay? In order to be an effective administrator or priest, you need to be proficient, watch this, in several disciplines of social practice. Mhm. These include, first and foremost, religion. They should be expert scholars, but more importantly, practitioners of what? Spirituality, aka sage. The Netarian clergy were always politicians, teachers, healers, farmers, scientists, economists, engineers, etc. These does not mean, this does not mean going to college to get 4-year degree, okay, in all those areas, but there needs to be a competence in these areas of secular management along with expertise in their chosen area of spiritual practice. I had a comment on my page. The young lady said, I'm not teaching from the Bible, so I don't follow God. I'm not a God-fearing man, so I don't teach from the Bible. Respectfully, I responded, the knowledge I'm giving you predates the Bible. So moving on. But that's what they try to get you to understand. In ancient times, if you were in the judicial system, you had to pass the course of Maya. Because they feel like in order to judge, you should be willing to be judged. Start with yourself. I ain't got a problem with that. So now let's go over here to, so what does a servant of God actually do? That's a good question. I consider myself a servant of God. So what does it do I actually do? I'm going to answer you because according to the book, let's see if I fit the bill. And those who claim to be servants of God, they fall into this net of their concept. So here we go. The following teachings come to us from Plutarch, who was the Greek initiate who was initiated in the temple of Aset, and he states that this is a policy that was enjoined for Egyptian initiate. He was initiated into the Egyptian mystery system. That's what he's telling you. He was a foreigner. He's a Greek. Came to Egypt. He came into Egypt, got educated, went back to Greek, and became famous. Most of them who do that, that's what happens. So what they say about where they went, I told you, I studied Greek philosophy, Greek mythology, 10 years, mastered it, and found out not near time they say where they obtained their knowledge from. We know now that they came into Egypt. They don't tell you that when you study from their side. Let's go. Let's talk about it. Now, he alone is a true servant or a follower of this goddess who, after has heard and has been made acquainted in a proper manner, which is initiated into this philosophy, right thinking philosophy, or Shita in my time, what we practice, with the history, watch this, of the actions of these gods, knowing your gods. I take you through that, we understand that. Now, searches into the hidden truth, Shidi, learning, studying the mysteries, the hidden truth. I give you esoteric lessons. That's the hidden meaning, the hidden truth, the real deal. What's this? Now you go search into the hidden truth, which would lie, here we are, concealed under them, and what? And examines the whole by the dictates, learning the philosophy, understanding it of the reason and the philosophy. Nor, what's this, indeed, ought such an examination to be looked at as unnecessary, whilst there are so many ignorant of what the true reason, even of the most ordinary rites observed by who? The Egyptian priests, such as their shavings, and wearing linen garments, some indeed, with the most superficial accounts of them, they pay a particular veneration to what? The sheep. Therefore, they think it's their duty not only to abstain from eating flesh, but likewise from wearing its wool. The Sufis, they wear wool. Okay. Now they are continually what? Mourning for who? Their gods. Therefore, they shave themselves. This was a hygiene concept that they had before they went to the temple. All priests shaved and bathed before they went to the temple, cleansing, purifying their body. But the actions and their deeds is how you purify the heart. Watch this. Now, it's important to understand that there are two forms of religion. Did you know that? Oh, religion. No, no. Again, what you don't know, you should not talk about, because once you do this, it's understood by somebody who do. You don't know what you're talking about. I be around a lot of that, and I get annoyed. I gotta shut my mouth. But when I'm here, I can express what I know to those who don't know. Two forms of religion. Let's talk about it right quick. There is religion of initiates. Every church, in order to be a member, you had to be initiated. The order, Masonic order, initiation, Elks, Initiation, Eastern Star, initiate any occult group, you have to be initiated. So that's one form of it. That is the highest mysteries. And watch this. There is religion that is what? For the masses. This is what y'all practice. My religion is for the higher masses. Sorry. But watch this. That is the lower mystery. Y'all just take the on the surface stuff. Y'all just good with believing what somebody tell you. Like my man said, let's dive a little deeper. Why? Because exoteric, EX, the higher, the upper, the outside, meaning the basics, that's for the masses. Y'all good with that. But for those who want the truth, they want the ESO, ES meaning the hidden, the true meaning. That's what I teach. And that's why I say it's for those who choose to want to know. Some of us satisfied with just being told. That's what I'm trying to show you. Two different religious concepts. The lower mysteries are what? The myths, like the story of Asar. It tells you how Asar came down to the world, taught humanity, and was killed by his brother, as well as the festivals and ceremonies related to these myths. They are for what? The masses. Everybody know that. That's what they mean. Do you know the real meaning behind the story? That's what I teach. Bam. Now, for the initiates, watch this. Sheti, Sheti, disciplines are enjoined to what? Teach them how to meditate. I got a problem with the religious concept of Christians. Y'all don't implement meditation. I'm just saying. But I teach, implement meditation, what? Upon that mythic personality. Again, go a little deeper. Understand the purpose and the reason behind the story. Get the meaning. But some people just I know the story. I know a lot of people say, oh, you do that Egyptian stuff. Oh, I know about the stars. And that's it. Okay, what you know about it? I know about Haru. Okay, what you know about it? About as much as you know about Jesus. What they tell you. It's good to do your due diligence. Why? Because now you know. Tune in to me. I give you every information you need, and then you can fact check me, and then you will know. I know what I'm talking about. All you got to do is pay attention and follow along. How you go? I do my homework. Now, you got to understand the mythic personality. That means experience it for yourself. The first lesson in learning is what? Listening. Getting the myth. Understand it. Now you got to do what? Reflect on it. Think about it. Put yourself in that predicament. The ritual of it. And then the part that a lot of religious people fall short of, that mystical experience will happen for you. Why? Because if you implement what you learn, you manifest it, and you'll see something's definitely going to happen. Okay, that's the awakening. That's what we're talking about. That's the awakening. The third step to religious concepts is the awakening. A lot of y'all haven't done that. So watch this. How to realize what? Their own Asarian nature. What it means to you. How to transcend the mortal consciousness and discover their who? Haru aspect. That's your higher self. That's God reincarnated, which is in you and man. Y'all say Christ was that. It's you. So in other words, we're Christ. Moving on. And so on. Watch this. You learn about Haru, the higher, your actual higher self, But it's the wisdom and the mysticism about the illusionariness of what? The world. The goal of resurrecting, listen, the goals of resurrecting in consciousness and the true nature of creation would not be divulged to who? The lay people, the laymen, the lazy people, the ordinary people, y'all, the ignorant ones. They got names for y'all. Okay, masses, if you don't fall in the masses, yeah. But watch this. But now the job of a priest or priestess, sage, is to what? Research these high wisdom teachings and then these high spiritual realizations and what? Elevate oneself so as to be able to what? Provide leadership and moral support for each other. Me and my pastor, we got to the top of this mountain two different directions, two different ways. But guess what? We at the top together. So there's no issues of, well, no. We here. Let's work together. Iron sharp as iron. I take advice from him. He take advice from me, respectfully. Why? That's what we do. Okay, I'm trying to get you to do the same thing too. Now, what happens? We need to be moral support for each other and even the masses. My pastor works in the plumbing supply business. He's a pastor on the job. Call him. He's going to pastor. That's what he do. His profession is plumbing. But he's a pastor 24/7. I'm a teacher 24/7. So I get the concept. I understand. Now, where you go, the religion. Here you go. The religion that he professed of the masses is at the level of ceremony. Again, everybody had to go to church. Everybody had to get dressed up. Everybody had to go there, but and it's all festival and on holidays. That's the exoteric, the top layer. Most people satisfied with that. And watch this. That is the exoteric part. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. I understand this. I get this. But watch this. That's the exoteric, the top layer of religious practice. That's what most of y'all do. Y'all love that part. You fall in love with the part that don't really do nothing but get you going. That's just to get you started. But there is a what? Esoteric practice. That's what I teach. Watch this. Like the Netherine fire ritual. Watch this. For example, everybody gonna go and watch the ritual. We do Masonic work. We go out to the general public. We do our work in public, but they don't know the underlying meaning of what we're doing, the symbolic reason behind it. Why? They just see the exoteric part. Only ones who know see the esoteric part. It's the same thing in religion. Watch this. What is really going on the what? Fire ritual, this example, is that the practitioner is what? Burning their mortality into the fire conceptually, symbolically. They know that. But the lay people, watch this, may participate in this ritual, and they do. And they may like the music, the dancing. Yeah, everybody gets caught up in that. Watch this. And they how good they feel about it. Oh, yeah. And they feel the moon is wonderful. And they may become what? Entranced. But whatever else may go on, watch this. Right now, you got people, I know for a fact, doing rituals at their concerts. Beyonce is one of them. And moving on, just a concert. And this what they talk about. My man said his niece went to the concert, came back just as batty as all get out, just wild out. See, they get you, they get you. They doing it by the thousands. But watch this. What they do not know, watch this. The innocent people come to that religious service don't know about is what the higher mystical aspects behind it and what's really going on. They just part of the ritual. But they get the effects of the ritual while on the surface. They get to feel good, the music is going, everything, yeah, they all in. We all been there. Trust me, that's a trance. Trust me, they know what they're doing. Watch this. Now, and they actually enjoy the program as a physical movement, as a physical enjoyment. They're getting everything out of it, like going to a party or some other social event, and also as an emotional catharsis. But the benefits, watch this, of that lower practice, lower level concepts are limited and it's temporary. It wears off. It gets you up, then bam, like a drug. It gets you high, then it drops, then it crashes. When you're doing spirituality, I got high off my spiritual concept. I'm still high. It's 10 years I'm going. I'm still just as high as I was. So that's not no drug. That's what I want you to understand. Once you get God, my pastor been God for 47 years. I just got my 11 years, but he been doing this a long time. So I know people who do that. So it is possible, but remember, if it's done correctly and earnest, it's a beautiful thing. That's the lower level practice of religion. Again, it is not enough to what? Transform. Because my pastor been dedicated to what he's doing. He reached the top. A lot of his followers, his flock, they ain't really, they seen it, but if they follow his lead, they can reach the top also. I'm seeing that too. Watch this. Now, Just having the surface part don't transform the human heart to what? Promote full virtue and your divine qualities, such as compassion, universal love, and more important, understanding. Most Christians don't exhibit those qualities. My pastor do. I know others who don't. Why? Because they haven't reached it yet. That's why. Watch this. But that is why those people who practice what? Just the lower form of religion, fanatically going to church, shouting, hooting, hollering, all that nonsense, shaking uncontrollably, deluding themselves with the idea, watch this, with the idea that they are possessed by the Spirit. And I don't have a problem with that because that's a fact. That's a real thing. That's a fact. But that's for the ignorant ones who do all of that. That's not for the enlightened ones who really are spiritually knowledgeable. You're just spiritually ideally. You just like the idea, the concept. You get caught up in the hoorah, da, da. But the real spirituality is using it to your daily benefit, putting it, making it part of your life. Not a Sunday showboat to show how spiritual you are. And they are possessed by the Spirit, watch this, and are not transformed. They're not transformed or fulfilled, but only what? Temporarily relieve the stress. That's what they want. They releasing some of the stress. And at the same time, what? They are collecting what? More impressions of agitation, fanatical delusions, and unrest. The opposite of critical thinking, aka right thinking, and higher insight into what? Real spirituality. So therefore, watch this. We're talking about the Christians now, the unrecognized Christians, they will actually be in danger to peace and harmony in their lives and even in the world. I tell you, those who don't know and believe and think that they know, that's what we're talking about right now. And they are, what they say, dangerous. Sorry about that, but that's a fact. I'm just telling you facts. If you one of them, don't get mad at me if that's you. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about if that's what you do, I'm talking about you too. But if that's you, you should be able to change. Why? Because that's not good. That's my point. Moving on. The priests and priestesses lead festivals and rituals that what the ordinary layman people would be practicing. But they themselves would be initiated into the higher mystical aspects of those rituals. Some people want more. They got Sunday school class, and my pastor said he give class to teach what he's doing. There you go. That's what they need. And those who come get that, they rising above. Anybody few, you got a whole house full of people, anybody few come to get that. So they recognize those are different. Watch this. And the lifestyle of the priest, my pastor, and the priestess, who's a female, is that of service to who? God and society. My pastor won't take credit for nothing. He gives everything to God. Excuse me. Yeah. The lifestyle of your pastor, aka pastor, priest, or priestess, is that of the service of God. I tell you, excuse me, my pastor, all that he do, he gives it all to God. I don't have a problem with that. But he's a servant. So that's what the true servants do. They give it all to God. So he's a true servant and he's helping society. Watch this. This philosophy of service to humanity as opposed to what? Leaving humanity and dwelling in isolation is in one of the hallmarks of the Commission culture. Most cultures, the wise man, he leave and go out on his own, the shaman, go out in nature, do his thing. But the Commissions, we stay intact. That's why I didn't change nothing I'm doing. I did all my stuff right here amongst everybody in plain view. I didn't have to go hide to do nothing. Everything I did is transparent. That's the difference. And my pastor is the same kind of dude. That's why I know servants do what they do. Okay, my job is to enlighten you. Priests and priestesses were required to serve what? The laity in various capacities, minstrel, medical, legal, etc. We had to be versed, excuse me, they had to be versed in a whole bunch of different areas, and they was. And at the same time, what? Even maintain their duties to the temple were maintained and balanced in a balanced manner, meaning they had it together. Again, this commission culture is different from other kinds of culture where the idea of people who is to go off and be hermits or monks separate from society. We don't practice that. That's what I just told you. And that kind of understanding is not prevalent in the commission culture. They were retreats and sequestered periods, however, periods of what? Intense practice. When you get together, we're going to do work. We can learn much from what the descriptions of the priesthood relative to the manner in which the Nazarene clergy comported themselves, because this reflects their inner spiritual attainments. If you are spiritual and you live in a spiritually disciplined lifetime, you will walk, talk, and act a certain way. Trust me. And it should be done every day. Priests and priestesses are what? They're leaders of their society. They can be sequestered in the temple for what? At any time, but they come out and lead society in various disciplines. Again, priests and priestesses have their inner attainment, their eternal bliss, and yet they also serve society. I can just do just that. I choose to serve you. So I understand again. I'm fitting the bill. The ancient writings state that what? The priests of ancient Egypt, having renounced all other occupations and human labor, devote themselves their whole life to what? Contemplation and the vision of things divine, and how about this? To selfless service to humanity. By inner vision, they acquire honor and safety and piety by contemplation of knowledge and through a disciplined lifestyle. Again, there we go, spiritually disciplined lifestyle, which is what? Secret and has the dignity and antiquity, living always with what? Divine knowledge and inspirations, puts one beyond all greed, restraints the passion, and makes life alert for understanding. They practice, listen, simplicity, restraint, self-control, perseverance, justice, and absence of what? Greed. That's a quality. Those are qualities that you can really do without. Some people think not, but a righteous person, no, they have to. I'm one of them. You walk with discipline and you practice controlling the gaze so that what if they choose, they did not blink. They were so focused that they can go into the stare stack, we call it stare contest, and don't blink. Okay. But their laughter, watch this, was rare. And if it did happen, what it did not go beyond a smile. It's something about them old guys. No matter what happened, they give that. Old man had it when he was happy what I was doing. He gave me a smile, so that's a good thing. Watch this. Now they kept their hands where always within their clothes. They let them see it. It is causing damage to what? To the nerves and in fullness in the head. Wait a minute. They accused it of what? Causing damage to the nerves and a fullness in the head, which impedes research and producing desires for sex. Touchy feely. I never forget when my mom, we go to the store, she said, put your hands in your pocket. Back then, you touched it, you broke it, you paid for it. So her goal was put your hands in your pocket, don't touch nothing. All right, so keep your hands. I'm with that, I get it. But they got the hidden hand in the Masonic order. They got a thing called the hidden hand, where you slide the hand up in there and it come back out. It's white. You put it back in and come back to normal. We proved that Moses was black for that little incident right there. But yeah, they call it the hidden hand. But now, watch, wrapping up. Appreciate you listening, tuning in. Of course, we now know what? Scientifically, that indulgence in what? Alcoholic beverages destroys brain cells. Y'all gave that, I see y'all, the white man, y'all gave that to the Indians. They ain't been right since. Chinese ain't good with alcohol either. Their body ain't equipped for that. So Y'all, some things y'all do that ain't really right. And what happens, excuse me, it just destroy brain cells and leads to what? Mental, not illness, but dullness. Same thing. And lowers your desires. It make you dumb. This record was written by the Greeks. This was recorded by the Greeks, who were what? Inducted into the ranks of the Egyptian priests and priestesses, such as, watch this, famous Greeks that went to Egypt. Plato's Pythagorean. Sound familiar? We all know them. Wrapping it up. Do not pamper your body. Why? This will make you weak. Stay physically fit. You got to exercise the body. And do not pamper yourself in your youth. Why? Or you will become weak in old age. Work young, you'll work hard when you're old. Why? That's the process of life. You do it now, you continue to do it. Remember, a little bit something is better than a whole lot of nothing. Stay spiritual. Keep obtaining knowledge of self.